What is up, everyone? I'm coming on here for a couple of plays for the day. Overall, we have a decent day. You know, it's nothing crazy, but I think we do go up a couple of units, and we do have a couple of setups right here. So it's nice to see a pretty basic Wednesday, middle of the week, decent amount of games. You know, nothing too crazy though, which is good. It's honestly a good little change up from the past. I don't know, 30 days really. It's been a crazy last month. I've went over this multiple times, but pretty much started this month with a 17-day winning streak, pretty much winning every single day, and then we went on a slump and we went down for like 10 days straight, right? But you will see we are still very much so in the green, which is literally all that matters. That is all I care about. All right, if we went 29 days straight of losing and we had one day where we went up like 100 units, and that was like the thing that we did, and we're still in the green after 30 days, that would be all I care about, right? All I care about is being in the green over the long term. Now, that's not ever going to happen where we go 29 days straight of losing and then have one day of winning, but again, the theory stands, right? You need to think long-term, and long-term, that is all that matters. And we're not just barely up, right? We're up quite a lot of units. 61 units over the past 30 days is a very, very good month, okay? So, don't discredit that. Like I said, don't get your expectations too high or too low, because on average, we try to go up between 30 to 60 units. So 60 units is actually on the higher end of a good month, which is great, right? Again, it's been a weird month because we had such an incredible run at the beginning, and then a little bit of a slump, and now we're kind of getting a little bit of a boost back up as we're finishing the month off. But sometimes months are going to be like this. Sometimes going to be much more up and down, where day to day we're just constantly swinging and stuff. But this is how sports betting is, guys. strap on for the ride. You're not going to have a smooth ride every single day. You're not just going to go up one unit every single day. As much as I would love to just have a very consistent 2 units a day or something like that, that is just not how sports betting works, especially with the strategy we use, which is taking a lot of 3-mans and 4-mans. So we do hit this for an 8x, which means we go up 7 units from this one entry alone. I talk about this a lot, that like these singular entries that are 8x, 8.5x, 9x, 10x, they are a massive boost up. You don't need to hit very many of them. Again, going into the record that I was talking about, we have only hit 300 entries so far this year, but we have lost more than 1,000. The reason why is because we take a lot of 4-mans and 3-mans. So they're not going to hit very often, but when they do, they will pretty much pay off. You could think about a lot of losses, right? So you have loss here, whatever, maybe 5 or 6 losses. This 7x pays off all of those losses. Now, the reason why we take these 4-mans and such is because we use correlation. So you'll see here 2 players on the same soccer team. I took them over together. They do end up hitting over together because they had a little more possession than the other team. And then this game in Counter-Strike was a very short game. So because the short game, both the unders hit together. So instead of taking 4 separate things and just all these random sports, we took 2 guys on one soccer team, 2 guys on one Counter-Strike team, and if the pretty much all we needed to happen was more possession in this game, that goes ahead and happens, and then less of a shorter game in this game, and that ends up happening. So we are shrinking how many things we need to go right? We pretty much just need high possession in this game, shorter game in this game, and if that does happen, we can hit 4 things together. Instead of 4 separate things needing to happen, we pretty much just need 2 separate things needing to happen, okay? You can do this in soccer, you can do this in League of Legends, which is an esport, you can do this in Counter-Strike Valorant, and you can do this in football. And again, you guys are going to learn very quick in this next month how good football is, because football is another amazingly correlated entry, especially between quarterbacks and receivers. If you think about it, if a quarterback throws a 70-yard touchdown pass to a receiver, that receiver instantly is going to hit his over most likely, and the quarterback is going to instantly get 70 yards. So again, they're very correlated on their yardages, okay? Now, with all this being said, very quickly, we do have a setup right here in League of Legends, which I'll get into, and a setup right here in that League of Legends set us up with overnight, and a setup right here that I believe is going on right now for a little 2-man right here because this person DMP'd, okay? With all this being said, we had some very close entries yesterday, which, again, this is part of the game, right? Some days we're going to maybe miss everything. Some days we're going to hit everything, and some days are going to be a little bit in between. Yesterday was a little bit in between, where we hit this one here. This one was pretty much looking good the entire time, and then this girl does go over her passing attempts by about 4 right here. So unfortunate. What ends up happening in this game is a massively long rain delay. So there's about an hour to hour and a half rain delay, and honestly, after the rain delay, this Royals team, which is where these 2 girls were playing, they ended up getting a lot of possession after that rain delay was back into play. So for the next 15 to 20 minutes after the delay and after they went back on the field, Royals ended up possessing the ball quite a lot, and they ended up dominating possession pretty much for the next like 20 minutes. So I really think the rain delay had a pretty big impact on the game, because the momentum was just fully in the Spirit's hands, and then whenever the rain delay happened, after the rain delay, Royals really came back and got a lot of passes, and it pretty much took her from like 6 pass attempts all the way to like 15 pass attempts, and just after that rain delay pretty much. But again, no excuses or anything. I'm just pretty much explaining the basics of soccer, really. So you'll see here, this girl barely goes under, this girl barely goes over. Very close entry here. Same thing with the play of the day yesterday with Brooks Lee. He doesn't do his thing. He doesn't even get a hit. That's unfortunate, but you will see that the soccer guys do hit together, right? So again, soccer, very correlated. If the overs hit, if they have a lot of possession, the overs are going to hit, and vice versa. You will see here, which was 2 days ago entry, Claire Hutton does not do her thing. She needed like 5 more pass attempts. She actually played a bit of a different position than I thought she was going to play, so that's unfortunate. But again, this was yesterday's entry. This was 2 days ago's entry right here on this channel. And then if you go back 3 days ago, this was actually the entry that I sent out, and it does hit for a 5x, right? So again, you got to take everything with a little bit of a grain of salt, because, you know, yes, we have missed the past 2 entries by a small margin, but 3 days ago we actually hit for a 5x. All right, so let's keep churning, let's keep sticking through it. This one, another close one, 3 out of 4. You'll see, just like, you know, if you squint your eyes, you're going to see a lot of green on the board. And again, we did have a decent day where we did go up, but we didn't do as much as we could have. And again, this is just kind of how the past 10 to 11 to 12 days have gone. Whereas if this type of day would have happened maybe at the beginning of July, where we were just on a really, really lucky run and things were just all going our way, then maybe we would have had like a 10 to 15 unit day where some of these other things might have hit together. Very quickly, I do want to talk about some of these setups, because I think there's some really good teaching points in League of Legends here. League of Legends is all about if you win or you lose, okay? Which I've talked about League of Legends for pretty much 2 years now on this channel. But you'll see here, this team is, I believe they're called DN Snoopers, and they're facing this FearX team, so BFX team. And if we go to this game, which I believe I have it pulled up here, yeah, you will see. So this blue team is the team that we bet under on, and then FearX is the other team that they played. And you'll see in the first game, it was 5-17, okay? So I always talk about the winning team is likely to get about 2 to 3x the amount of kills as the losing team's going to get. So what does that mean? If we can find the team that's going to lose, we can likely take their unders. If we can find the team that's going to win, we can take their overs. Now, it's easier said than done. It's like, well, how are you going to find the how are you going to find the losers or the winners? Sometimes you just guess. Sometimes you can use sports books. But again, you'll see that this team does end up losing, and everyone on this team went under, right? 1 kill, 0 kills, 3 kills, and 1 kill. Everyone went under. And then if you look at the second game, again, it was 5-15. So the first game, 5-7, this DN Snoopers team loses. Second game, 5-15. So this blue team right here that we bet under on only got 10 kills in the entire series. 10 kills in the entire series. You'll see in the second game, 1 kill, 1 kill, 1 kill, and 0 kills. So everyone went under. We actually bet on Closer, which Closer was actually the best player on this team. You'll see he's the only guy who ended up getting 3 kills in a game. But you'll see that Closer didn't even get close to his line anyway, because he got 3 kills and then 1 kill that second game. Again, it's because this team lost. So similar to soccer, similar to Counter-Strike, we just needed a team to lose. And because they lost, they go under together. This team right here ends up winning the game, as you will see, because they go over. And because they win the game, they do go over. And I have this pulled up as well right here. You will see that the first game was actually 23-13. So this team that we bet on actually lost, right? This team lost. But in the second game, they have a really good game and they actually win the game, right? And because they win the game, 6 kills, 3 kills, and 2 kills. And you'll actually see the guy we bet on right here. I don't know how to say his name. I guess like Exio or something, but he ends up getting 0 kills in the first game. Absolutely 0 kills. Puts up a goose egg because this team lost, and then the second game, because his team wins, he gets 6 kills and he does go over. Now the third game, I don't even know what happens, but yeah, you'll see 23-5, which again, you'll see even this guy gets 8 kills, 7 kills, 1 kill, and 7 kills. So again, these guys pretty much all go over except this guy, obviously, but it's because this team won. And we didn't bet on the third game, I'm just showing you this for an example, but you'll see that this guy goes over at 6 and this guy goes way over at 9. And again, this is how League of Legends functions, all right? So yeah, that's pretty much how it went, guys. There's some, better and sleeper entries throughout the board here, and then some straight bets that we've been taking more of, because I've been having a lot of you guys like the straight bets I've been taking, especially in the MLB and WNBA, and tennis, of course. Tennis bet hits here, and MLB hits here. I believe this was yesterday or maybe the day before that. So nice to see there. As you guys know, everything is tracked on this channel. I've went over this quite a lot, but yeah, again, the first like 17 17 days of this month were incredible, and then we went on a little bit of a slump, and now we're kind of coming back over these past last couple of days here, putting some decent days together. But looks like we are going to end July in about that like 60 to 65 unit range, which is really good. That's a really good month, right? I'm very happy about that. You know, it's been a weird one because the first start of the month was amazing, and then the last, half of the month was not so good. But even with that being said, we still go up 61 units, which is incredible. That means if you're a $10 better, guys, all you're betting is $10 on every entry, which is like the average. That's like what, I talked to a lot of you guys. If you average everything together, most of you guys are like $10 bettors. That means you would be up more than $600 this month alone. Okay, so that's obviously incredible. And you will see even in this slump right here that we had was a pretty bad one, but we had a lot of 0.5 misses, 1 kill miss, 3 out of 4s, a ton of that stuff. All right, so if we can just even more equalize and get kind of the luck more back in our favor, I mean, we could easily have another 80 to 100 unit month right here on this channel. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the first play of the day, which is going to be on BETR. We do have Bree Stewart to go over PRA. I really like betting on Bree Stewart. She's one of the best players in the WNBA, and her PRA is great to take, right? Her PRA is normally 32.5 and it's discounted down by 3, which is a massive difference, and it's discounted down to 29.5. Okay, so again, if she gets 30 PRA, we would hit on BETR. You would not hit on PrizePicks or Underdog. Okay, if she gets 31, same thing. If she gets 32, same thing. Okay, so we are getting 3 points of value, 3 points PRA of value on Bree Stewart. Okay, so we're taking that as a discount. I always talk about this on BETR and Sleeper. This past week, I've honestly slacked a little bit, not sending the BETR and Sleeper entries every day. I'm going to restart doing that, of course. So again, on the VIP, you're going to get all my PrizePicks plays. It's about 6 to 8-ish PrizePicks plays, depending on the day. A day, you'll get my BETR and Sleeper discounts, and you'll get about 2 to 3 straight bets a day as well, whether that's going to be in the MLB, and tennis, and WNBA, and football, whenever that comes around, you'll get my straight bet. So at the end of the day, you're getting like 12 to even sometimes 14 entries a day, which is absolutely incredible value. Okay, so finishing this up, guys, discounts every single day on BETR and Sleeper. That's why I recommend these apps. It's really not as complicated as that, right? They have discounts every day, 2 to 3 of them a day on BETR and on Sleeper. You just take these discounts and you'll make money long term on BETR and Sleeper. Echoing the same thing I always talk about, right? It's not like you're going to make money every day, but over the long term, you pretty much cannot not make money on BETR because of the discounts they give if you just take these discounts every day. Second pick here is Vino. This is in Counter-Strike. So Counter-Strike Go. Counter-Strike 2, and we are taking him under 23.5 kills in this game. All right, guys, so very simple entry here. We're taking a esports player in Counter-Strike to go under, and we're taking Bree Stewart to go over. Okay, now let's get into the PrizePicks play of the day. Before I do that, I do want to say the promo codes. So to get into my VIP, the best way to do so right now is to sign up for one of the apps I have affiliate codes with. Okay, every code is detective except Sleeper. The code is paid. Okay, PAID. So NOVIG, ONYX odds, Dabble, Rebet, Sleeper, BETR, as I just went over, Underdog Fantasy, Fliff, Kalshi, and OG.com. Okay, OG.com is actually an app that I just started working with a couple of days ago. I've already signed up. I've used their app a couple of times. It's a very, very good app or website that they have right there. It is very similar to something like Kalshi, so you can bet on sports, of course, but you can also bet on different events happening in the world and stuff like that. So I know some of you guys do like to get into that. It is another app that I'm adding to my arsenal that you guys can sign up for. Put $10 in, take a $10 entry, and get a free month of my VIP, okay? So if you don't know how this works, I work with all these apps. I have affiliate codes. If you want to get into the VIP for the cheapest price, you can sign up for any of these apps, all right? So if you don't have any of these apps, if you don't have Sleeper, then sign up for Sleeper. If you don't have Underdog, sign up for Underdog. Text me first, though, okay, guys? My number is right here on the screen. 512-270-0440. I will respond to you within 5 minutes, and you can go ahead and text me about any of these apps. So if you want to sign up for ONYX, just text me the word ONYX. If you want to sign up for Dabble, text me the word Dabble. Again, text me these apps. I will go ahead and get you signed up, get you the instructions. It takes maybe 5 minutes maximum. It's super easy, and I'll give you guys 1 free month of the VIP for doing each of these, okay? So if you want to sign up for Sleeper and Fliff, you can go ahead and do that. I will also say, OG.com is a new app that I'm working with. Fliff I've worked with for a while, but they just changed their deposit bonus. So if you deposit $100 or more onto Fliff up to $250, you'll get 100% matched on that money. In other words, if you want to deposit $250 on Fliff, you'll get matched the $250. So you're pretty much spawning $250 out of thin air on Fliff. So you put in $250, Fliff matches the $250. So you're starting with $500 on Fliff. So if you have $100 up to $250, and I believe the deposit bonus like kind of scales up even if you have less than 100. But I recommend that you put in 100, you get a free $100. If you want to put in 200, you get a free $200 up to 250. So again, you could literally make $250 today by signing up for Fliff. Put 250 in, get 250 on Fliff, and then you can just take a couple of bets, and then eventually, you can withdraw that money, or you can keep it in and build Fliff as well. And again, I'm going to be sending straight bets throughout the weeks as well, okay? So go ahead and do that. You guys know where to find me, my number on the screen, and I'll go ahead and get you guys the instructions for that, all right? Very simple entry, guys. As we always do, we're not going to reinvent the wheel. I feel like one thing that a lot of people get wrong is a lot of people start getting bored of their system. People start saying, hey, or I'm not saying anyone says this, I'm just saying, people start saying, hey, let's, WNBA is going on tonight. Let's bet on a WNBA player, or tennis tournaments going on. Let's start betting on tennis players or something. Like, guys, we just stay consistent to our strategy that we know that works. We're not here to have fun. Even though betting can be fun, it's fun to sweat out some of these games. We are here at the end of the day to make money, all right? If a lot of these esports games, they happen at 3 a.m., so I don't even watch them. So I get no enjoyment out of them, but it's completely fine because I get enjoyment out of them when they hit, okay? So in soccer, we're taking two of these players right here. We're taking Jonathan Jesus, and we're taking him. He is right here on the field, and we're taking Mateus Pereira, and we're taking him to go over as well. So again, we're taking both these guys to go over. The simple reason why we're taking them to go over is because this Zario team is a very, very good team possessing the ball, and this Corabat, guys, I can't say this name, I'm sorry, but this core team right here is bad at possessing the ball, okay? So this team, very, very good at possessing the ball. They should be able to dominate possession, and that is why I'm taking both these guys to go over. Again, if they have I'm guessing they have 60+% possession. So if they do have about 60% possession or higher, these guys should both go over together. If they have less than that, then these guys should go under together. Again, if you don't like my call and you're like, you know what, I don't like this, I think that this team is not going to have as much possession as he says, then feel free to take the unders if you really want to. But again, guys, I know what I'm doing a lot of times. I know my research. I know how to bet a lot on these soccer players, and more than not, I'm going to get these things right in soccer, okay? So I'm taking these guys over. Again, this is very correlated. I already kind of went over this earlier in the video, but the more possession they have, the more pass attempts they should have. Second part of this pick is going to be Edwin right here on the Reds, and we're going to take his over hitter fantasy score at 3. I absolutely love this line at 3. If this bumps higher than 3 at 3.5, I do not like it anymore, okay? The simple reason is because when you get one hit run RBI, you're going to get 3 fantasy score. To get over that threshold and get 4 fantasy score, you're going to need another something to happen. You're either going to need to get walked, or you're going to need another hit run RBI. So I really love this at 3. One of the main reasons I love this at 3 is because he's been doing good the past couple of games here, and you'll see his head-to-head performance against the Pirates, and this happened even last month, right? So last month against the Pirates, they had another series, and he did very good against them, okay? So I'm thinking he's going to do good against them again. I like this at 3 a lot. At 3.5, I do not like it as much, all right? So go ahead and take Edwin on the Reds here to go over, and we're going to take these guys in soccer to go over as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys know where to find me. My number is up here on the screen. If you guys do want to sign up for an app like Bovada, this is available in literally every state. It's another app you guys can sign up with, and it's going to be a $20 to $25 deposit, so a little bit more than the other apps that I showed. But if you want to get 2 months of the VIP, you can sign up for Bovada. Thank you guys again, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video.